Hey, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Quarbit, and I'll be your host today for Europa Universalis 4. Welcome back to episode 17 of the Battle Pope in 1.30, where, first of all, I'd like to take note of the fact that you can convert vassal provinces, which is something that in all of my multitude of hours, multiple hours of playing and watching other people play the game, have not once seen it actually happen. Like, I've never noticed this, nor have I watched anyone who has, well, either used it or noticed it either. So, I was a little confused in the comment section when people said, oh, just help them convert the provinces. I'm like, huh? What do you mean, just help them convert them? Because I was under the impression that they'd have to convert it themselves. But that's apparently not how it is. So I can convert Byzantium to Catholic, and then I can simply, help them convert a few provinces. They'll do a few themselves as well, which is totally cool. But now that's out of the way, let's talk about today's plans. So first of all, we want to annex Naples. Second of all, I'm actually going to be invading Aragon, which, I mean, for those of you who have read the title, I mean, you guys already know that at this point, so we're moving those guys over there, and I will be starting my spy network on Aragon. One of the things is that Aragon is actually guaranteed by France and Castile. However, France, I checked, is actually in some pretty ridiculous debt. So we go to score comparison here, we check France. I'm sorry. They have 34 loans? Don't even know how they do this. 34 loans. It's mind-boggling. It's actually impressive to a degree. France has 34 loans, so I don't think they'll be protecting Aragon, and Castile is a little more of an obvious situation where they're kind of in the middle of what looks like a civil war, so I don't think they'll be helping much either. We also have some pretty low manpower. It's like a low manpower operation to go and just vassalize Aragon, so I think I would prefer to go ahead and do that. Before I do, though, let's not forget, I actually do have to revoke some land. That's a good idea. Gotta stay on top of that, or else we're gonna have some major absolutism hours, or major absolutism problems later on. But, anyways, let's focus on the task at hand here. So, Aragon itself is only 98 war score, which is great. I've also lost submission to the Emperor, which is great. And, sorry, what's this? Why am I getting printing press support in Venezia and Roma? I have no clue. That one's a little weird to me. Don't know why that is, but okay. That certainly is a thing there. Okay. And during my, pre-exploration, or my... keep getting distracted, sorry. In my pre-recording exploration of just what I'm going to do today, I've also discovered this is probably like a really good idea to go ahead and just turn this into a world port, because it is the most powerful base trading province in all of Genoa here. Even if it's 21 as opposed to 25, it has the extra 10 from the Rhone estuary, which is quite nice. Okay, so now that we have everyone in place, let's take a look here at declaring the war. Castile would join, but I'm trying to see if we can get them into a little bit more debt first. I'm gonna see if that's at all possible. Like, if Aragon loses Diplo Rep, or Castile takes out another loan or something, I think a loan is like, I want to say like 4 opinion each, or like 5 opinion each, I'm not sure. But if they take out a little more debt from all the battles they're doing and all that stuff, then we should be able to fight them. I'm just a little concerned about the Aragon war score. If they dev too much... Whoa. Melania's conquest of Genoa. Genoa's allied with... Austria will protect them. Yeah, okay, that's in theory. Actually, no, that's not in theory, that's real. That is some real stuff. Because you're not part of the Empire. That changes my plans a little too much there, bud. Sorry, so that's Genoa, Provence, Austria, and Holland. I kind of have my own plans though, right? I don't really want to deal with that. Even if I could easily do it, I just really don't want to. Do I care if I'm friends with Milan at this point moving forward? Not too terribly. In fact, at this point, I think I'm willing to ditch Milan. Not in the most graceful way possible by far, but... I mean, at some point it just has to be done anyway. And I'm not really interested in doing anything with that. I also can't royal marry, so it's kind of cool that that's just going to work out how it is. I'll save myself a little bit of Diplo. I'll actually go ahead and just ally Britain, because screw France at this point. Right. Just a few more days, and a couple more conversions over here. Castile's at 3. Okay, come on. If we can get a little bit more, just a little bit more, we should be cool. And then in 5 years, I could probably annex all of Milan and no one would bat an eye. Maybe. We'll see. Something along those lines. Okay, come on, Castile. You know you don't want to fight. It is not in your best interest to fight. Not at all. Like, your manpower is going to start dropping. You're going to start taking out more loans. I mean, you still got rebels everywhere. I mean, come on. Ooh, and we'll take this, though. That's great stuff. I mean, come on, Castile. You know, you don't want to fight this. So long as you stay at 98, 99, or 100 is acceptable. But 100 is a little dangerous. It could be like 100.1 or something, and that would suck. Come on, Castile. You know you don't want to. Just another loan. Ooh. Volunteers for the Holy Fight. Well, I'll definitely accept them. I'll bring them along for the journey. For the, totally justified crusade into Aragon. Yeah, that's justification, right? 100%. There's no way I can make them like me better, right? That's not going to help anything, I don't think. Cleansing of Heresy still have that, and yeah, no, they're still good to fight, which is awful. That sucks. And I don't think it's going to actually change much at all. I think Castile's going to be still willing to fight by the time we're done. But you've now gotten some rebels. I don't know, it's still like sort of up in the air here. It just requires that Castile takes one more loan. Hold on, there's an easy way to figure this one out actually. Let's go here and let's check on Castile, who has 48 ducats. Let's check on Castile's army. This one. Castile, okay, they're using no mercs, so 48 ducats, they're probably not going to go into more debt. So we're at 48, right? And they're actually increasing money, so that's not going to help anything at all. We're going to have to fight both of them, which is kind of a shame, but we don't really have another option here, so. Might call in Bohemia just cause, but they can't really do much. You have access through... yeah, not much. Like 2 nations or something. I'm sure they'll find a way, right? Unless somehow, just maybe, in some case, Castile wouldn't do it. No, it looks like they're going to do it. Okay, that's a shame. We'll have to fight them, which is kind of, you know, not something I want to do, but sometimes it just sort of is like that, I guess. Unless they end up in another war, which, hey-ho, looks like they might do. You know, weird twist of fate, they might actually just ship off all their men to fight in another war. Because they've left, they're gone, right? With like 15,000 men. Which sort of begs the question, because I see you right there. Where are you going? Is the question to be asking. Because you're not there for nothing. You're there to fight someone. You're not there just to stack that many men. Oh, they're bringing it down there for the particularists. Ooh, fascinating. So they may yet have to do something. I don't know. I don't even know where I'm going with this. Essentially, it sucks, but we're probably gonna have to fight Castile, which is just sort of how life is. So we'll bring in you, I'll go for Cleansing of Heresy, and we're just gonna start things off. Because I'm kind of done with waiting. I'm just gonna go ahead and do what needs to be done. So quarantine the province, and Castile's not gonna be so happy about this whole thing. Especially because, well, they're down here and they have to fight some stuff. So Catholic zealots have gone and fixed up that whole thing, which is, you know, pretty great. It's always nice to see that. Oh, I'll take that, sure. You still at 98? Good, okay. As long as they don't dev things, we should have no reason to be concerned. I will break that down, and I will break this down. They're going after a couple of sieges. And, okay, let me bring everyone over. I'm assuming Bohemia is going to do some stuff in Savoy, which I might actually end up using just to take the one province here. Just to take one. I mean, how much could one province hurt? 29 aggressive expansion, so, you know, pretty reasonably a lot. But it's just one, right? I mean, this guy's gonna die. Will we even have enough time for contemplating life? I don't know. We'll see. I don't think so. We'll get rid of you. I really want to get Castile out quick, too. I don't think Castile wants to be in here for too long. They have rebels and stuff. So, let's see here. I have two objectives, mainly. One is sieging every Aragon province, so they can't dev anymore. So that they can't increase the war score. Oh, there we go. A new pope. There it is. And guess who is not the controller? Me. Of course. Why would I, the pope, ever be controller ever again? That'd be way too unreasonable. At least he's gone ahead and enacted the correct one. Immensa Aeterni Dei. Which is, of course, the superior one right now. Let's move you guys into there. That's mountains. Probably not a great place to start. Oh, and we've lost our battle pope. Let's get a new one. Ooh, and he's really nice. Where do we start here? Valencia, perhaps. Get rid of those ships. Easy, we'll get rid of these ships. Easy, and then we'll move those ships, or those guys over there. I'm wondering if I'll just fight this 15k, because it is still show superiority, so I kind of might as well, right? It's a shame that, you know, naval superiority doesn't count, but oh well. Castile, how are you doing? -2, okay, I guess so, sure. Let's get a bit of loyalty? No, I don't think so. Don't think we can do that. Can get rid of you, though. You don't seem to be stacking very well. Which is weird. The AI usually loves to stack, but these are just sending in 15ks and hoping they don't die, which is kind of not a very usual AI thing to do. I don't know, kind of weird. But it does give me the superiority I need, so I'm not too worried about it. We've won that siege, great. Savoy would probably like to leave. I would just like to take just the simple one province. Which I'm sure won't be an issue, right? Probably not. Let's go to the 3 leagues for you. Over there, and Mainz is totally fine. Great. Thank you. The reason I want this one province is that I can convert it. Neville, okay, it'll never be fully converted because it is religious zeal for another 15 years. But I do want to get rid of that in 15 years when I can. Also, I'm pretty sure I'm recording at this point, because if I weren't, well, I'm sure I would have noticed, so. Okay, this guy is done. So we can move you down here to Pyrenees. We can do this, which works out, and then we can burn the fort a little. We can invest in new technologies, which could improve innovativeness, but I don't know if that's worth it. Might just focus on manpower dev instead. And And we'll also change this focus to Diplo. Yeah, because that's what I'm missing. And we're gonna be annexing Naples soon, so yeah. It's probably a good idea. So I want to move to Toledo. What do I do in that instance? Well, we have to siege Valencia. So annoying, these reformed centers. Bump up the speed a little bit. Nothing really to wait for. Come on, 78. You guys got this. There we go. Toledo, please. Thank you. I kind of want to just white piece Castile. I don't need anything from them. And if at all possible, I'll just try and get them back as an ally, because it'd be kind of useful to do that. You know what I should do, though? It'd be kind of a smart idea. If I broke their alliance with... Oh boy, I got the 99%. That's too much. But if I broke Castile's alliance with France, which I think exists, yes, it does. And that's, you know, not a bad idea. How are we doing on that? That's not terrible, but I would like to state all of these for free, which will help me out a little. This is the Neapolitan army, which I will conform to the template and get rid of these 2 cavalry. And Annex Naples has made the nobility very happy. Great, that's great stuff. Now, when can I do this again? In another year. Okay, gotcha. Let me get rid of this. It'll be the last time I barrage during this war, because I want to grab the next tech. I'm just going to make sure that Castile does not want to be here. 27 still. Wow, that's incredible. They have some high resistance to getting sieged. But totally okay with their capital being taken, which is weird to me, but okay. All I want is your alliance with France, which you won't even give me, for like triple the war score. Cool. That's cool. Okay, sure. Te Deum, great. Works for me. Extra free stab. Getting rid of the last of the Castilian navy. Almost, kind of. I know one of them is probably still down here, to be honest. But I'm not going to chase them. I'd be a little upset if they grabbed that, at like 21% or something. That would have sucked. Okay, we should be fine. You're at medium. I don't know if I'll be able to bring you to low. Let me just grab the last few parts here. We've lost Avignon, but I'm sure that's not much consequence because it goes to Aragon, so that's fine. You're at medium. You will get rid of your alliance with Portugal as well. You'll give war reps. No, you won't. You will give some cash instead. Cool. We'll bring everyone together. And we will vassalize for exactly 100. Goddamn, exactly 100. Ooh, that's a little bit of a stressful undertaking. Exactly 100 war score. Beautiful. Thank you very much for the vassalization. Wow. That sure was something, huh? Let's get rid of this, and let's grab one more claim on Tunis over here before getting rid of that. And if we want to move forward, I was thinking another invasion of the Ottomans, this time for Constantinople and the surrounding provinces. I was thinking maybe going into Anatolia. That's a little bit harder, though. The Ottomans are still, you know, kind of impossible to beat in combat for the time being. We've pretty much been able to beat them only because we've had the Commonwealth and we've been able to occupy everything in the Balkans, but that's it. There is no other reason we've been able to beat them. We can't beat their navy, we can't beat their army. Well, if I built up the navy, I could probably beat the navy, to be honest, but whatever. Yeah, now that I actually have 4 heavies, I should be able to beat them. That does change things up a little bit, doesn't it? Just a little bit. Let's make some manufactories, works for me. And no more marketplaces, that's fine. I was thinking a couple of barracks, considering how low my manpower tends to get. Even with... I didn't take quantity, did I? Did I take quantity? I did take quantity, so even with quantity, it's not looking so hot. Milan wouldn't like me, but it is what? If I could type, that'd be great. Balieri, over here. And, I mean, you don't do much. Produce a little bit more fish, maybe? I don't know. It's nothing super useful. Right, all of our diplomats are doing nothing, which is the worst state for diplomats. Oof. I have caused a lot of aggressive expansion. The best way to fix that would be not fighting Europe for a little while. Improve relations with Castile. Let's get a spy network in... Well, Mamluks would still help, so the Ottomans, I guess. Spy network there, and maybe... That's about it. I'm trying to think... If we somehow get Byzantium to own this stuff over here, then they could get a claim here. The only problem is the actual ability to do this, and unless we can cross the strait using a superior navy, we're not going to be able to do much. I think that's just sort of where we are right now. So the best thing we could do is actually build up a fighting navy with plenty of galleys, and maybe if we grab galley combat ability or something. And we just have to beat the Ottomans in their own naval game. How easy would that be? 79 ships, 31 galleys. They have more transports, but we're looking relatively even, I'm not gonna lie. They're over their force limit, of course they are. I will be too. They just have a little bit more in the transport department, and I'll be building the same number of galleys, which is cool. In fact, I might bring them up to 35. Is that 35? Yes, it is. So I'll be a little bit over my force limit, but let's be honest here. Navies are super cheap anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, I might actually give it a shot. I might, before I cross the strait, just destroy the Ottoman navy and do everything possible for that. You guys actually won't have unrest because I never took anything. And we would have 3 full armies to fight with, which is always encouraging. We took Immensa Eternity Day, but we basically have to wait for you to grab it. Yeah, before we get anything to go on here. Okay. Well, I did set a timer, and it is currently at... we have enough time. We have enough time to plan things out. So, how are our states looking? We're pretty good on states and stuff. Governing capacity, of course, is starting to get a little bit limited. I'll core up these things over here. Don't know about this. What else do we have? Tuscany. Of course I want to grab Tuscany. Yeah, it's a ridiculously good state. I'll continue the monopoly, that's fine. And we'll revoke some more land. Alright, what do you guys want? Corsica's owned by a Catholic country. Did you swap? Of course you swapped. I mean, we have 2 entire centers of Reformation here. There's no reason for you not to. Terracina is probably the most likely thing to happen here. Let's go and find that. Terracina over here. Just bump that up by 2. It's a little expensive, but it's a lot of money. Good loyalty. It works for me. Whoa. Ooh. And the plot thickens. Britain wants me to help them invade France. Ooh, the plot thickens indeed. And they can see that I want this juicy land. Okay. That's definitely not a today sort of deal. That's definitely a tomorrow sort of deal. And speaking of which, there's the timer. Interesting. I find that it's both really good and really bad timing. But it's really not the worst, to be honest, with how things are going. So, Britain has declared the war against Britain. It is, for all intents and purposes, France and Brabant versus Portugal and Britain, and the Pope man himself. It's a shame they didn't get to swap religions yet, or else I'd be having a much better time. And I never really trust an AI when it says they'll give me territory. Because they'll give me territory for sure. Enough to give me a coalition, maybe. But they'll do it. Well, usually. I have to think about this, but I will join the war. I think I have enough time to move some men over and sort of do a little bit of better logistics here. I think I get around 3 months for this. So let's move you back over here. So that's like 2 months past there, I think. Where I will now accept, and I will end off the video here because I just wanted to make sure I didn't, you know, open up the save tomorrow and just do something stupid. So, for now, this is Quarbit signing off. It's been a very interesting episode. Called into 2 wars, one of them I just said no to. And the other one, well, we'll have to fight tomorrow, won't we? And as always, have a fantastic day. I'd like to give a quick thank you to the patrons you see on screen here for the month of June. Especially those in the Admiral tier, Ben Greenhagen, Car Newley, and Tiger Pop. Those in the General tier, Justinian and Brennan Arkano. And in the Prince tier, Natsuki and Rockbox. And in the King tier, Chewy Shoot. Thank you all so much for your donations, it means a lot to me, and you're helping to move the channel forward more than you know. And as always, I can't possibly thank you enough.